Hey everybody, and welcome back to Italia. We're going to be doing Susquehanna River Valley, but then I booted the map up about an hour ago, and it was pitch black. It was 8 p.m., and that meant that it would be about 9 p.m., getting ready to go into fast night. A little bit after we would be starting the stream, and I really didn't know what time it is with respect to sunup on that particular geo with respect to early spring, so bump that to tomorrow and we're on Italia tonight. Anybody that was watching our previous stream knows that we were getting ready to plant some potatoes. Got our potato planter full of potatoes, ready to start putting them in the ground. We've also updated the map with the latest edition as of yesterday. Now, I went through and I went ahead and put all of the changelog information in the description from all of the various iterations of updates. You'll be able to see kind of what updates have been done, when it was done, and you have a general idea of which version of the map you might have. Now, one of the updates that was with yesterday's update was the inclusion of a sleep trigger at all of the farms. Now, I don't think I'm going to have a sleep trigger here unless I go in and start a new save. Yep, it's supposed to be right here. So I'm going to have to, in order to get the sleep trigger, I'm going to have to start a new save in a different slot, save the game, and then I'm going to have to pull out of the items XML the sleep trigger and stick it into my save game XML. Didn't have a chance to do that before the stream. We'll do that between this stream and the next stream. Now, he also makes mention in this update changelog for yesterday about adding names to the monument. And I've looked around the map, both in this save and I looked in a new save, and I couldn't figure out where the monument was to show that to you guys, because I didn't remember seeing a monument during the map exploration during the first look. So if anybody knows where the monument might be, I'm more than glad to go take a look at that. Jamberry, VI, Planet, Hank, David, Genetic J, how is everybody doing today? He also said that it sounded like going forward there would be no further updates unless they were basically fixing game-breaking things that were found. But there would be basically monthly updates. None of them, he felt, should hopefully require a new game save. That was some interesting information. Read more about that over at his website. Now, something else is, well, looky there, happy potato papa, we are planting little potato babies. Any rate, one thing that I found out with respect to Maize Plus, or Plus Plus, or one of the other pluses around the Maizing mod, is that in the store there are potato pallets. Maize Plus Forage Extension gives us potato pallets, carrot pallets, and a fillable pallet box. So for 280 bucks, I can buy 800 liters of potatoes. Now it says here this is for feeding animals, but you know what? It fills my potato planter just fine and dandy. So that's $280 for 800 liters of taters for seed. Compare that to $900 for 1,000 liters of seed, and you've got yourself pretty cheap seed potatoes using that forage pallet. Now I filled this. I think I bought 4 of them. $280 a piece for 2,600 liters of potatoes. So does anybody know where this monument is supposed to be located? Because the changelog says updated the monument with names of those who have donated. And that each month he would continue to update the monument with names of those who had donated. I'd like to show that off if I knew where it was, but I haven't been able to find it. Carrie, I have absolutely no idea. I would send you an invite to the Maize Plus Discord, but, well, I questioned the narrative over there and was banned for basically questioning the narrative. So I can't send you even over there to help you. Hey, Ravenhawk. Raz, what's up? Now, I understand Raz is going to be streaming later tonight. Be sure to hang around after this for his stream. He's going to be down in Florida fighting hurricane season. Hope he doesn't have any bad weather come through. I understand that there's been a shortage of sugarcane down there. Maybe they're going to pay extra money for sugarcane. No streams this week. What? Oh, the names on the road. Yeah, that's the graffiti. I think those are basically mod friends of his. Italian modders, I think, that he likes. No streams because the pole's getting installed. Harry, definitely would have prevented you likely from losing crop in 3 years. Because you would just had so many more days to for that crop to dry out. Now, I do think that in a longer season, I think it does rain longer than a shorter season length, but I don't have anything to validate that on other than just personal feelings about that. Speaking of that, VI Planet, Compost Tea mod was updated today. I did drop that update in. I think he made some price changes to the export, and then also changed where you can sell Compost Tea to basically be where wheat, barley, and canola are sold versus before it was sugar beets, I think. Well, Chris, give it a try. I don't want to force someone's season length something beyond what they want, but give it a try. I do say that personally I feel more relaxed with this playthrough and with the Sus River playthrough. Just I don't feel so stressed like, oh man, I need to get on. I need to do this. I can get on and do what I need. Like today, I was going to stream that map today. We were going to finish some field work and get to planting. But when I booted the map up at 7 o'clock tonight, it was nearly 8 p.m. and it was dark. Couldn't see a darn thing. And I thought, well, if I stream, it's going to be right around 9 o'clock. I'm going to hit fast now. And I don't know how bright it's going to be at 6 a.m. And if it's going to be 6 a.m., it's going to be dark at 6. I don't want to be streaming on that map for an hour before it's light. I said, well, I'll just bump that to tomorrow. It might be day 4 of early spring, halfway through early spring if you will. And no big deal. That's what we're going to do. Does screwing with time speed up or slow down the effect? No. Messing with the clock has no real effect on crop growth, because typically crops are going to grow at the season transition. It's not exactly like that all the time now with 19, but typically if I plant this field, like I'm planting these fields right now, in mid-spring, I don't expect to see any growth out of these fields until we move late spring. If the field hasn't emerged, crop hasn't emerged by late spring, then it might be early summer before it gets emerged. Now, of course, you could fast forward. Say I got everything done and I didn't want to wait anymore. I could fast forward the day at 1:20. That's what I recommend. Is fast forward at 1:20 till the lights come on. Then use the sleep trigger to sleep overnight. And then fast forward at 1:20 if you don't want to do anything that next day. To get again tonight, use the sleep trigger. I do not really suggest fast forwarding through night with like fast clock mod. Using the sleep trigger allows seasons to kind of sync everything up. And you'll be less apt to miss growth. Fast forward too much, seasons will basically say, sinking. You don't want to get too much out of that. Definitely don't fast forward multiple days at a time. Like this, we got till day 16 to get mid-spring. I mean, let's pretend I get everything I want to plant in mid-spring done, and I want to put corn in. I could fast forward 3 or 4 days. It wouldn't affect anything. I need to make sure I feed my pigs, obviously, because they're going to need feeding. But running it at 10 times speed, that will have zero effect on seasons. Running it at 15 times speed will have zero effect on seasons. So, like here's an example. Let's say you play 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. religiously. That's 15 game hours. If you play for the 15x clock, that means every workday will take 1 hour of real time. And then at 9 p.m. you fast forward to the next morning. Fast forward 8 hours, that would be then 6 a.m. the next day. And then 15 times speed in an hour, it'll be tomorrow again. And if you like to play with big equipment, well, you get done whatever you can get done in an hour. You probably get done a good field, good 2 or 3 fields maybe in an hour. That's pretty good sized equipment. Now when it comes to working with hay, I will slow the clock down. I'll slow the clock down once I start cutting grass. Until the grass is cut, then I might speed the clock back up until it converts to hay, and then I'll slow the clock back down to work on the hay. And then once the hay's baled, I might pick the clock back up. That's just because I don't want the grass converting to hay while I'm still cutting it. So this is going to take a lot less potatoes than I thought. Normally I can't unload this. I wonder if Maize Plus allows you to unload the potato planter. I was on the Susquehanna River server and I was checking out what some other farmers had bought, and I got a really good chuckle out of the map so far. Pretty much everybody other than Raz has purchased case equipment. It's Susquehanna River Valley is seems to be a case valley, other than this crazy contractor. Lamborghini fan, how are you doing tonight? This is, yes, currently a PC map. There is a version the map author is working to get on the Giants Mod Hub. It is planned to be a console map also with some alterations. Because this map right now is bigger than Giants' maximum upload size. The map author has to do a little pruning to make it smaller. And that there, fine gentlemen, is our potato field. So to remind you up to speed on where we is. Got wheat, carrots, potatoes. We're going to put canola on this field and corn on that field. I want to see if I can unload this planter, although it's only 831 liters. It's only losing like 280 bucks. No big deal. Oh, can't do it. Okay. Least this, I did indeed. Indeed. Oh, so let's go. How much time is on this? 0.3 hours. No time at all, so let's park this thing here. And let's see here. Yep, let's do that. Let's feed our pigs with our wheelbarrow. Hey Darren, what's up? Did a new and noteworthy video the other day using the LSFM farm equipment pack, which includes this wheelbarrow. And this is going to allow us to basically feed our pigs about 280 liters at a time. Still haven't figured out how to raise the silo trigger, so we kind of have to manhandle the wheelbarrow up onto our trailer. Pipe. Once I figure out how to get this trigger longer, then I won't have to do that. Toss it up on the trailer. This should be in your logistics company inventory. I mean, I might need to hire you to muck out the cow pen. And there we go. We filled them up. All right. Oh, I could. Let's do that. Let's go and fill this up again. Because the shovel is so cool. If you haven't seen that new and noteworthy video, go check it out for sure. You get a little shovel, not a little shovel. You get the wheelbarrow. You get a new one for 120 bucks. Don't change this because it'll be a fortune. Now we're $2,000 for a wheelbarrow. So you get a new one. You can get a used one, 35 bucks. You get a little transport dolly. You can put all kinds of little things on here like chicken egg boxes, any other little boxes, whatever. Wheel it around. You get a barrel trolley for your liquids, milk, water, whatnot. Wheel it around. And you get a maintenance trolley with a maintenance trigger on it. Just wheel it around to your vehicles, do your maintenance. Darn, it's used. I don't want to break it. But you do with your tools is you. So let's just say, oh, what? Can't do that there. Oh no! I accidentally dumped my load of pig food. Well, left control Y. Oh, look at that. Oops. Get up. Alright, anyway. Left control Y. Use a little shovel to scoop it up. So yeah, saw that hit and I'm like, oh, I want to get that to feed my pigs because my pigs don't take a lot of food. We're playing 24-day seasons, and since they're still little baby pigs, so I can feed them a bucket or so of, or wheelbarrow load of pig food every day or two, and keep them good. I do think it would be cool if you were actually, you know, using the shovel. I think that would be even cooler. In a recent update, he fixed the trigger at the shop. Apparently the reason we couldn't sell things back at the shop is it was configured to require you to repair it first. And I didn't repair the things I was trying to sell or return. I don't know what the deal is with this. It says start fueling, and then nothing ever happens. Now we will see. When will we see the invoice number video? I don't know if I have the slower refueling mod. I'll have to look. GTX has got the knowledge on why it was working the way it was working. Giants and their cicada bugs coming back. Oh no! I'm not too worried about the fuel, Chris. I can just use easy dev controls to fuel the tractor and then take money away. Really isn't anything I'm really worried about. Whoa. Go. We can return it. We'll come get the that potato box at some point. Makes perfect sense. But I would like to know, does anybody know where the monument is? Map author mentioned adding names to the monument in the most recent update, but I've yet to find the monument. I thought I could get back to the farm this way. Oh well. You think over 22? What? When we get back to the farm, I'll look to see if I have the slower fueling mod in. Is that the farm up on the hill here? I looked up there, I didn't see anything that would make me think it was a monument. I looked over to the chicken farm, didn't see anything obvious. Need to, like I said earlier, bring the sleep trigger in so we can sleep here at the farmhouse as opposed to going into town. And we're going to shift this to canola. Put canola in the ground, and that's what we're going to do. Let's just check and see. Do I have slower refueling in? Looking. I don't see it. I don't think I have that. I've got, should have the more fuel usage in additional. I don't even see that in here now. Slower refueling is there's nothing. No. Nothing in there that seems to imply slower refueling or increased fuel usage. Down the interstate with telehandler was fun, wasn't it? Did you see the trip down the interstate with the header trailer? Or with the header on the trailer? Vehicle straps for the win on that one. Off we go. Yeah, the strap mod, that was cool. I'm glad Raz suggested we put that in. Don't they, Raz, can't you like bulk order water? They bring it in on a tanker truck for the purpose of like filling a pool? Not like a fire department, like you were saying in chat, but I mean, like, I thought for sure that there were like companies that specialized in like bulk water. Maybe even like a septic company. Obviously, they wouldn't use the same trucks they pump poo with, but. Oh, that stinks. Hey, you get a farmer with a big water tank. Where would he draw it out of, right? Not like you want pond water or river water. But it is cool that you're going to be able to get that. Is it going to take just this week to put in? We have a field of alfalfa. Peanut time lapse. Thank you so much for the super chat there, buddy. Happy Potato Papa. I've never heard of that. Peanut, buddy, Super Chat still does not give you the right to basically do that. Cannot buy that type of comment. No matter who you are. Yeah, you don't need rust. You don't need rust water, right? Not in that brand new thing that you're getting put in. Bring on the rainy season. Bring on the rainy season and basically funnel all of your downspouts to the pool. Where's this East Coast subs? Penn Station East Coast subs. Where have you seen that at? I'll tell you one place I like that I don't eat at very often is Firehouse subs. I think they have good food. You'd think that the pool guy would have a like a side job of, hey, I'll sell you the pool, I'll install the pool, and I'll fill the pool for you. Now, there used to be a place around here I really liked called Blimpie subs. They were basically in, gas stations. But they were really good. They had really big rolls and basically fresh deli slice your meat when you ordered your sandwich. And I thought that was really good. I liked those. Then they just kind of went away. It's like anything else that's good. Kind of vanish on you. I think I've had a Quiznos. I remember the commercials. I remember some Quiznos commercials, but I don't know if I've ever had any. Yeah, Blimpie. I mean, this is decades ago. They would they basically had like 6 and they had like 8-inch subs and maybe even 16-inch subs. And let's say you ordered like an Italian sub, they would grab the big hunk of deli salami, they would slice it on the slicer right there, put it on your sandwich. If you got it with, let's say, provolone cheese, they would grab a big old tube of provolone, put it on the deli slicer, slice your cheese, and put it on your sandwich. So it was fresh sliced deli meats. Really good. Jimmy John's is okay. They try to be fancy with their subs. I've got a big problem with Jimmy John's locally, and that is that for the longest time last year, the whole lockdown of things and people being closed, businesses not being open, restaurants that had drive-throughs were open. Sit-down restaurants basically flipped and were open for takeout business. Little mom and pop diner type restaurants somehow magically suddenly were able to, you could place orders online and basically call them when you pulled up to the parking lot. They would bring your food out to you. But Jimmy John's was closed for the entire duration of that whole thing. They've got a flippin' drive-through window. They're no different than any other drive-up restaurant, yet they were closed for months. I've got a major problem with Jimmy John's locally. Basically, I have banned them. I will never eat at Jimmy John's locally ever again. Somebody tells me that's how Jimmy John's was corporately, then I'll just flat out never eat there anywhere. I never heard of Druthers. We've got this mom and pop diner that serves classic diner type food that had a website where you could go order food, customize it. They would text message you when your food was ready to be picked up. You go down, you pick it up. But no, Jimmy John's across the street, we're closed. With a drive-up window. We are 7:15. Started the stream, it was around 11 a.m. Contracts do we have? Do we have anything good? We've got some FERT contracts. Oh, we could make some good money fertilizing. Oh. I mean, all the other restaurants were open. During the summer last year, they had basically outdoor places for people to sit. You know, they were limited seating. And there was a period of time where Red Lobster was closed because they said that even when they were running a very limited menu, they still weren't getting the business to be able to be financially viable with the seafood. They've since reopened for limited in-building seating and takeout, obviously. But pretty much any place that had a takeout window, drive-through window, was open other than Jimmy John's. And I just will not support a business that willingly, in my opinion, put people out of work that could have been working. So, we still have to buy our harvester, don't we? I need to look in the shop and see what kind of harvester much money we need. Carrie, I know that he just put a geo out. A Susquehanna geo. Headers, harvesters. Oh, this is an interesting harvest. A little not so hot on the textures, but 50 grand. It's hard to talk about that one though. 150 for this one. We need some more moolah. Oh, the harvester is 50 grand. The header is 10. Go back and look at that harvester. We have year options on it. Yeah, okay. Hectare counter. Where that is. We can't change it to a different year like we can our header. Well, that's upsetting. All right, so we need to do some fertilize contracts. We need to get some money. We're going to be doing tomorrow. I don't know about where you all are from, but like obviously probably most of the grocery stores are doing this everywhere now. But like the grocery stores have the store shopping where you can order online and go pick it up. So we do that because, well, I feel that it employs people. So if I can encourage local employment by ordering groceries, going and picking them up, then why not? Benjamin, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Italia. Let's run up the hill. And what? Trigger's missing from here. And it's not over at the pig farm anymore. Oh, shoot. Didn't know he moved, got rid of it. That's not good. So we'll just do this. And then go back to 10. So I'll need to put the sleep trigger back in after the fact. I'll just have to create a new save game and then copy the XML over. Well, David, I'm trying to find somebody that'll sell me half a cow. We reached out to a local butcher shop, figuring we could just buy half a cow's worth, and they would kind of, I don't know, heck, be the facilitator in the whole engagement. But apparently, in order for them to process the cow, we have to already have the cow. Potato Poppet would be Griffin, Indiana, hands down. No questions asked. Well, so my grandmother has been getting like a cow every year for years, and she usually gives us half of a cow's worth of food or beef. So, the way I understood it is she basically just reached out to this local butcher shop where we're from and basically made it all happen. To my knowledge, she doesn't know a dairy, or no, but a beef farmer who basically, buy a cow from a beef farmer and then have it transported to the butcher shop for its end of life, should we say, and then its eventual processing. AgroFent team, welcome to the stream. So we would love to use government money to buy a cow, but still at a loss on how to really do that. So let's have another fun comparison. Griffin, Indiana, or Italia Light? So let's talk about another. Let's talk about another poll that I put in my channel. A few days ago. Let's go check it out. So a few days ago, I asked the world, do you prefer standard map, 2 kilometers by 2, or a 4x map? And out of 455 votes, 77% of the respondents said that they prefer a 4x map, 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer square. And what do you all prefer? Potato Papa, this map is not available on console yet. No Man's Land is 2 kilometers square. Basically, no 4X map can be on console. So, No Man's Land is 2X. 2 kilometers squared, I should say. Terraforming, look at that new little logo. What is that? What is that new little logo? I mean, Susquehanna River Valley, that's got some smaller fields. Like the field, the map, the farm in the middle. Pre-made farm in the middle. It's got some pretty small fields around it. And you would have both smaller fields for smaller gameplay, and then the sense of it being a very big space because it takes you quite a long time to get anywhere. Embellishments. Agrifent team. We don't know what that is. Oh, we're going to need to get more seed. Fill the top of the field of seed. I wasn't really a... Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Of the Stargate series, which was your favorite? I'm gonna go with the original. Because I don't know, I wasn't really a big fan of the others. How about Battlestar Galactica? It's a series I wouldn't mind seeing re-air again. David, are you talking about the original Battlestar Galactica, or are you talking about the reboot from like the 90s? I mean, if you're talking about the original one, then you might as well even toss in Buck Rogers in that. Agrafent, if you could run that through Google Translate for me, because I don't know Polish. Sorry. Yeah, I like Battlestar Galactica, the newer one. I've got all of it on Blu-ray, I think. I need to get a Blu-ray player and basically rip them all and put them on my Plex server so I can watch them again. Something else I didn't realize, that Game of Thrones is 10 years old. Darren, which one's that? Is that Boomer? Who was Boomer? Oh yeah, the G-Play guy. So he did a map that's now in the Mod Hub. We did a multiplayer series on way back. I ran the pig farm, which was just up the street from the shop. That was before seasons. Yeah, we ran a pig farm. Yeah, that's the map. That's the map. That was the big issue with that version of the map. Talgar was on that server with us. The big issue with that map was we couldn't use the BGA because it wasn't viable. And nobody could tip into it. He subsequently fixed that. And we revisited that map when we did the potato pack DLC video. So that's a really nice map. I've thought about going back to that once or twice. But Darren, I was confused when you were saying man girl. I'm like, what? I mean, then the video, then that show was way ahead of its time. All right, so let's mainstream this a little bit more. Your favorite Star Trek series? We doing the original, James Kirk. We doing Next Generation. Good old Sir Patrick Stewart. We're gonna do DS9 with the guy that lived in the bucket. Are we gonna do Enterprise with the guy from who was that guy? Or are we gonna do the one with the 3 of 9 chick? Star Trek, what was it? Yeah, the Quantum Leap guy was the guy on Enterprise. I don't know, I kind of enjoyed the Enterprise show, but got killed off way too quick. Scott Bakula, that's it. Off to get more seed. This way. I wasn't big into Babylon 5. I don't think I watched too much of that. Yeah, I was talking about Enterprise. I kind of, yeah, Voyager was, I wasn't so much. I was kind of getting into Enterprise, but then it just vanished. Lime, fertilizer, and or seed the first one. There it is. Seed's the first one. I mean, so I'm more of kind of a casual fan, as opposed to worrying too much about the whole backstory and Star Trek lore, if you will. So I enjoyed them because I enjoyed just the concept. I would like to have seen them expanded a little bit more, even if it was kind of going to a little more just reaching. Welcome, Thor. How is your Wednesday morning? Welcome to Hump Day. Whoops. And off we go. Doctor Who is great. Oh, what? Come on. There you are. Love Doctor Who. I stopped watching it though after wasn't a big fan of the old guy doctor. I think I understand there's a lady doctor now. I kind of stopped watching it with the doctor before the lady doctor. But I watched it a lot from the David Tennant doctor up to the old guy doctor, and then I kind of lost interest. I have to say though, for me, the freakiest thing that the doctor had to go up against were those angel statues that, like, you know, if you didn't look at them, they would like kill you. Those were the freaky ones. I didn't like those episodes. Like, oh man. evil angel statues are almost as bad as clowns. I never got into Lost, Carrie. And then when it was over, I was like, yeah, well, it's over now. Yeah, the weeping, yeah, those are freaky. Didn't like the weeping angels. Those were that was the freakiest. I liked watching the episodes with the redheaded chick because, you know, it was easy on the eyes. But the whole concept of Doctor Who is really interesting and really kind of could lead itself to run forever because they had built into the lore how you could and why the main character would just completely change. You know, a normal show, if the main character doesn't want to do it anymore, well, you're kind of up the creek. Show's over. The main star doesn't want to do it no more. How are you going to explain completely changing your main star around? But they had it all lured out with that the Doctor doesn't die, he just transforms into a completely different body. And, you know, they kind of foreshadowed an eventual Lady Doctor for years, right? Whenever he transformed, he's like, okay, I'm still a man. Okay, I'm still a man. Which kind of made you think at some point he probably won't be. I don't know where the fuel went, but it's easy enough. I go here. Easy dev controls. I refill it with fuel, and then I take like $280 off. But I liked the other part of Doctor Who that I really liked was the concept that that the show, since the guy can travel through time and space, the show doesn't have to be linear at all. And the writers really played to that, where you might watch an episode and the Doctor has no idea who the person that they're talking to is, but the person they're talking to knows exactly who the Doctor is. And the story is that I met you when you were older, and therefore you haven't met me yet, but I've met you because you, as an older Doctor, came to me in my past, which is your future. And it's like, what? And it was just so backwards from the idea that TV shows have to be linear, tell a story, that they completely can break the linearity. Or even I saw you when you were a different Doctor. You look different, but you're the same, you know, kind of concept. I thought it was fun that they would do that. You know, they'd always have a Christmas episode released on Christmas Day as a gift to their fans. I think with the Mat Doctor, they kind of rebooted that 12 regenerations. So speaking of sliders, there was another show that I watched. We're watching it. Completely blank on the show name now. Maybe if I describe it enough, somebody will remember it. But it was basically a dimensional show where there are different dimensions, and this guy had basically the capability of traveling between the dimensions, and basically, like, his son died in his dimension, but he traveled to some other dimension and basically took his son from that dimension and brought him back or something. But I can't remember the name of the show at all. I don't know if it's, no, I don't think it was Quantum. It was, something was on, I think it was on Sci-fi. Maybe. Yeah, he was at, he like worked at a, yeah, exactly, an older dude, worked in like a college or something, university or something. This is probably a good 15 years. But it was like there was a portal, there was a mirror or something. And it was like when you traveled between these dimensions, you would or you could basically damage the other dimension, the other reality. Fringe, that's it. Exactly. Fringe was the answer. We're at 43 degrees. We got to get to 50 to be beans and corn. Pretty good temps today, and it's going to cool down tomorrow. Warm back up, and then oh my gosh, rain, rain, rain. So what? We're going to take 12. This is day 12, this is day 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 16, 17, 18 is rain. So the end of mid-spring, the start of late spring is rain. Pretty good because we really haven't had any. Still good ground temps, ground moisture. Don't have to worry about drought. I liked what was that movie? What was that show where like people could do weird things? Like the guy from the Spock character from the Star Trek reboot movies, he had the ability to like steal people's or copy people's special capabilities. And you had this Asian guy that I think could like travel in time or something. I liked that show for a while, but then it started to get weird. Yeah, Heroes was good. I liked Heroes, but then it started to get weird after like 3 or 4 seasons. Yep, Sojourner, that is guidance steering. Barry got you on that one. You can get it over at the Giants Mod Hub for PC only. It is great for some lane tracking. Now, see, I got out of it because I started to think it got a little weird. Yeah, the cheerleader chick that could like regen. I got out of it like they started bringing like these circus people in, and that's when I got weird, and I was like, yeah, I'm out of this. Yeah, but the secret agent guy that will like work for a paper company or something. Yeah. So it was like, you know, he's hunting them down, but at the same time he's not. So guided steering has this interface. You can turn the lines on and off. You can do auto width or adjust the width if it's not right. You can do an offset if you want. You can flip the whole thing 90 degrees. There we go. We don't really need it anymore. Either that, they either get boring, or you can tell that they have like the people who were doing the original writing like leave, and there's some new showrunners, and the new showrunners are like, what? Like whoever's doing the writing for the new seasons completely just butchers it, and you're like, what are you even doing? How about Westwood? The HBO series Westwood. I watched season 1. I haven't watched any other season. That was with the, it was set in the West, and basically there were animatronics, and you would pay money to like travel to this fantasy Western world, Western area. Slide this completely under there. Nice, look at that. Store it right there. You done with it? Okay, people. Feed our pigs. Oh, that was fun. I liked Vikings, but then I thought that one got weird too. I liked Vikings up to the point where the main dude got killed off or whatever, and then I lost interest. Although that Viking chick, he's not bad to watch. Oh, fertilized field. 20 for 11 grand. Where is that at? Oh, it's right here down by the fuel station. Wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow. David, good morning. Long time no see. Been busy, have you? Yeah, when Ragnar died, I killed off. Kind of lost interest. Show got weird. At least that's what I thought. I mean, it was getting weird when he was doing his weird, trippy stuff that last part of the season. Hunter, how you doing tonight? Now let's see, can we use our super cheap Compost Tea to fertilize a field? Dun dun dun, will it work? Will we find ourselves left out in the cold and have to go buy actual real fertilizer? Tune in right now and find out. Oh yeah, baby. I think it's working. Do we have a percentage? Ooh, yeah. I mean, lots of money. Money. I prefer my tea cold. I mean, we could spend a fair bit of time closing out mid-spring just doing contracts. Because we're not going to be able to do too many contracts a day. Going 7 miles an hour around big fields. Yes, Carrie, this is the precision farming edit I did to work with Compost Tea and Compost. Can't really tell you exactly what I did because I had to edit a lot of Lua's and XML files. But basically, if you unzip the mod and then you search within each file, manure, and then basically what I did was I took the manure entry, copied it, and basically put it back in and changed it from manure to compost, so that when I spread compost, it's basically as if I was spreading manure. And then, even though it's probably not overly accurate, I looked up and copied the liquid fertilizer entries, again through a lot of different Lua's and XML files, and then basically copied those entries and put in Compost Tea, and presto, it works. Darren, should be in Discord in the other category. Now, what my edit doesn't do is it doesn't keep track of economics. So it doesn't keep track of how much tea I'm applying to my fields or how much tea I have basically spent. But other than that, it works just fine. Basically set up that tea is the equivalent of liquid fertilizer. And a trick we learned from red versus green, if you're doing contracts, you can make your fertilizer go a long way by turning off automatic mode and going to change application rate and lowering the application rate to the lowest value possible. Oh, we were already at the lowest value. So by changing the application rate to the lowest value possible, then we still get the fertilizer application, and we use the least amount of fertilizer possible to do that, and therefore can maximize our money. Just lock on this course. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta check something. He's back. Well, thankfully we didn't run out of tea or get to the end of our row. Yeah, 11 grand, and we're probably going to spend maybe 1,000 on our fertilizer. Oh, we haven't scanned it. David, that is precision farming. That is doing that. That is a nice byproduct of precision farming. If you're doing a fertilizing contract, it will show you the fertilizer down there. If you're doing fertilizing on your own field, it will then show you just the nitrogen level as you are working the field. I believe that may have taken effect with a update from the original release. Yeah, I don't think it showed it in the original release of precision farming. And, you know, there was a lot of people that were having problems with contracts being able to be finished as a result of the reduced yield because they didn't have it fully fertilized. But I think that was somewhat taken care of with respect to a update. Precision farming's now been updated twice. I don't know if you've seen the season 4 update for SnowRunner. That's in PTS build. I don't know, I might go buy a bigger sprayer. Save me trips. So, look. Full load, $100. Full load's $100. We're not going to use 10 loads on that field. $84. $66,000 for this one. Yes. Oh yeah. 18. Oh, 40. No, that's a lot more money. We're going to do it. That was expensive. A whole lot more tea. Gee, the roads are awesome on this map. Dirt roads, paved roads, stone roads. I am so excited for when the demo version of this shows up and all the console players get to see it and their jaw just fall on the ground. But then they'll probably be yiping about slot count. Oh, Ryan, it's been said that the pig farm, the farm that we're at, is going to go away. And I think some of the buildings are going to go away that are kind of auxiliary in order to cut down on textures, in order to cut down on file size. Because right now this map is hovering at like 1.4 gigs. And I think the max upload for the mod hub is maybe something like 700 or 900. The pro version is still being worked on. I don't think there's any sort of time frame on it. So the light version, the demo version will be basically the map as we see it without the Maize Plus stuff, the manure stuff. So here is the three versions of the map. We've got the demo version, which will be seasons ready, 48 fields, 2 farms, 7 equipped areas, and a dynamic background. And the light version that we have is seasons ready, Maize Plus ready, Manure System ready, multi-terrain angle, multi-fruit, 3 fields, 3 farms. 1 area is going to go away, whatever this equipped areas is, in the dynamic background. So the same fields, same map area, just short a farm, short one of these areas, and it will be normal crops. Meanwhile, the work in progress is going to include vineyards, even higher res textures, 4x textures, an additional farm, 2 more equipped areas, additional 12 fields. So yeah. Grow area is going to be over here. You could not have it, David, yes. There are certain things that are going to be burned into the map no matter what. So basically all of the multi-fruits all the way up to this point, the hay pellets. Everything after hay pellets is a part of Maize Plus being activated, other than compost and compost tea. But even without Maize Plus, you have your spelt, rye, triticale, your horse silage, your horse hay, your semi-hay, your carrots, onions, field grass, clovers, alfalfa is all still in the map. My food requirements are still different without Maize Plus added. They're a little bit different than they are here, but they're still different from base game. Now, I have to say I am not so much cheating, but I am basically feeding pig food. So I don't have to worry about feeding carrots or CCM or grass to my pigs or clover to my pigs. I'm just feeding pig food, which fills all the columns. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater, I don't have to worry about all those other crop types. Because I installed this wonderful cereals mill that I did a video on a few weeks ago that takes corn and a few other things and then outputs it as pig food. And outputs more pig food than you put in corn. So I just used the starter corn and got like 20-some thousand liters of pig food. And that's what I'm using to feed my pigs. I'm not planning on doing any hay on the map. If I understand it, you'd have to ted your hay multiple times, no matter what. Or use a mower that has a conditioner in it. Mower. So if you use a mower conditioner, then it comes out like ready to be made into hay. But if you just use a regular mower, then you have to ted it multiple times in order to get it to become hay. I'm not doing cows. I'm not doing sheep. I'm not going to have to worry about that. I am planting carrots just for the funsies of it. So I'm kind of playing with Maize Plus, but not. So terraforming, like I said, you could do it and not actually use it. Just feed pigs pig food. But it really does, a map that's been prepared with the Maize Plus stuff. You could not use Maize Plus, but it still changes the gameplay. I don't know, David. I mean, there's some modded swathers in game, but it would be nice to have some self-propelled mowers other than just the Big M. So if you do cows, they'll still take the normal foods. But unlike normal where you feed mixed rations and it's 100% of your crop food, if you feed mixed rations, you still have to feed silage, you still have to feed grass, and you still have to feed something else to get 100%. I will collect your $11,000 and say thank you very so much. Field 19 is probably right close to field 20. There, we'll take you. Switch this 90 degrees. And now we'll earn some more money this way. And then we'll make all the money back that we spent on the sprayer pretty quick. And hopefully we'll be able to earn a lot more money, so we'll be able to get our harvester come harvest season. Alright guys, well it was fun chatting with you. Head on over to Raznik's channel. He is no, he's not going live tonight, right? Thought he was going live, but no, he said no live stream, so we don't really need to kick it over there, do we? That was interesting. So no stream. Busy days this week, busy days. So I am going to shut this down because I'm going to go over to Susquehanna River Valley and do a little field work off camera. And we'll be streaming on that map tomorrow because it should be daylight. Like I said earlier, it was going to be 6 a.m. right around the time we were going to start streaming, and I just didn't know how much daylight there would be at 6 a.m. on day 3 of early spring. So instead, I thought we'd just come over here and finish out our planting and see what else we can get into. It's clearly extremely profitable with fertilizing contracts. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow night over on Susquehanna River Valley. And until next time, happy farming.